What's up, everybody? My name is Splattercat, as you all know, and we are here today with the 20th episode. That's right, we have hit the big deuce O for Shadowrun Returns, and I'm happy you've decided to join me. Thanks for hanging in there for the full duration of this bad boy. Now, where we were at in the last episode, if we're going to do a bit of a recap, we were investigating, or at least, well, no, we weren't investigating. We were more or less machine gunning our way through Telestrian Industries, and that's where we're at right now. We had run into an elevator after a particularly gnarly little room that had really given us hell, but anyways, here we are, crowding into a corporate elevator on a Shadowrun is risky. You're exposed, vulnerable, but time is of the essence. The CEO's office is 50 floors up and the Baron has your back, well, at least in theory. Light, blanderized music flows softly from hidden speakers as you make your way up to James Telestrian's office and towards your objective, a sample of Project Aegis. You need to find the sample and get out before the Baron loses control of the Telestrian mainframe and all hell breaks loose. I get the distinct feeling that all hell is probably going to break loose. That seems to be how things go with us, so let's take a look here and see what the next floor has in store for us. Alrighty, so Woogie's a little beat up for the time being. We're going to have him hold. Just hang back right here because he is not of much use to us. We've got a security camera. I don't know how to deal with those just yet, because in all honesty, I've never actually had to fight with one. Taking a look around right now, holding down the Alt key. You'll forgive me for a moment. There's going to be a bit of an adjustment period. My cat annihilated both my mouse and my keyboard in one swoop. I left a gallon of water on my desk and made a bathroom run in between like filming episodes, and basically he flooded them both out, and neither one is working right now. Like, when I use, let's see here, let me get people moving while I'm talking, just so I'm not filling you full of inane information, but he managed to fill everything full of water, and the problem there is now that when I press like the space bar, it does like a backspace, and just all kinds of issues that I don't feel like dealing with. Let's get our gun out here, and we're gonna actually pop the door open with, well, we'll pop the door open in the next turn. Let's do it with gallows glass, I think. Nothing else here is looking like it's gonna open up. Everything's seeming as though it's pretty much sealed up tight. Alright, so now that everybody's in position, let's bypass the turn. And gallows glass, let's snap that thing open and see what's in here. So in the next room, it doesn't look like anything is incredibly pertinent or leaping out at me. Let me get gallows glass into cover. We'll send him in first. Dodger, our useless Decker friend, who wasn't really able to help us out during the course of this run, is going to be going in second. We'll take Coyote, and let's drop her a little bit further forward. We're going to extend her out a little bit farther than I'd like to, but we're doing our best with what we have here. And then we'll also bring in Splattercat. We're going to put him behind this desk over here. I like to keep a nice little gap in between everybody in case we find ourselves, well, surrounded, which could happen in the next turn. I get the feeling they're going to hit me with one of those situations right here where I lose my movement points, so I'm trying to do small movements just to kind of test the ground and see where everything's at. Let me send Coyote up to here. Alright, move Splattercat up similarly. He can stay a bit further back, A, because if he gets killed, it's game over for us, but B, because he actually can shoot from a lot deeper. His range skill seems to be a lot better than most of the other people in my group. Well, I guess I'll keep rolling forward. Alright, well, let's see if we can flank the door then, I guess. So both sides of the door will get it covered. Hopefully we don't get caught outside of our defilade right now. Be disappointing to say the least, as we're showered with flechettes and projectiles and grenades. I guess disappointing might be a tad of an understatement for that situation, but we'll take it. Let's go ahead and bypass another turn here, and we'll have Coyote open the door. Ooh, I don't like this entryway at all. Send Coyote in first. We'll see what we can see here. Looks like we've got some kind of access point here. I don't know what that is either. It's some kind of magical artifact. Kind of reminds me of the little Dwemer generators. I've been playing Skyrim lately. Can you guys tell? It reminds me of those little Dwemer gyros that are all lit up in the center that you get off the Dwemer Centurions. I don't like the lack of cover in this room, but I'm going to take what I can get for the time being. I'm not going to activate any of these while I can. It might be a better idea to send Dodger in this time. I think Splattercat has better combat skills than Dodger does. So I'm slightly considering... Ooh, there's also... Okay, there's ley lines too. We'll stand on one of those if anything seems to go haywire here. Bypass another turn. We've left Woogie all the way back here in safety, I hope. If anything busts out of any of these doors, it's going to be very, very nasty for us. Well, very, very nasty for Woogie. Since he's non-sentient, I'm not going to stress about it too much. There's a lot of ways that we could get hit right here. I don't like it at all. My guess is let's send Coyote over here to check this door. Hello? Anybody present? Well, we have a vent right there, interestingly enough. I don't know what I should do right now, whether I should activate this thing right here, or it wants me to jack in first, so I suppose we'll check this out. The globe glows with an unearthly light. The areas around Tir Taingir and Tir Nanog especially bright, so that's actually a planetary globe. Alrighty, so we've got a little bit of elfish mischief going on, but what else do elves do in these situations? I don't see any access points from behind him, so I'm going to let him jack in from behind the desk. I'm guessing with the way that they've placed this, we're probably going to get hit from this direction, or this direction. I'd like to scout out this room a bit more before we trigger any events. But then again, I kind of just want to get moving. What are his skills looking like? Let me open this up really quickly. Before I jack in, I want to know... Oh, we've got a lot of karma sitting around too. Maybe I should consider spending that. Let's take a look at our karma situation. Now, I don't remember what my initial plan was for our karma, but taking a look down at the bottom of the list here, we could potentially boost our decking just a little bit further and get to the Fairlight Excalibur. We could boost up our drone control, which might work nicely. In fact, we could boost our drone control by 3 and get up to Class A drones, and then buff this up quite a bit so that Woogie might actually be a tad more useful in combat. Then again, we could be selfish, boost our biotech and our intelligence, and just get really, really good at decking. We could do a little bit for our combat skills if we wanted to. Let's go the drone route. I'm feeling pretty good about buffing up Woogie, so we'll go there, there, and there. Well, we'll do 2, so that gets us up to 5. I want to get to that AP bonus. Well, for now, I'm going to sit on the rest of it. We'll sit on the rest of it until we can actually buff him up all the way. He's not even going to be in this next combat. Looking at Dodger's skills here, his decking is 5. It's a little bit lower than mine. What deck is he using? He's got a Fuchi, if I remember correctly, right? 200 IP, 5 programs. He'll probably be alright. I mean, obviously, I think we're a little bit better. Oh, we're using a Fuchi too. Never mind. So the whole thing is watertight. Let's go ahead and use deck. We'll use our resident decker, and we'll just keep Splattercat out to get into a little shootout in the bang bang here. Since he's got so much extra biotech gear, we'll see if... Let's get him in. Oh, Dodger's already done. We'll pass the turn then. Alright, Dodger, in you go. So let's choose him some abilities. He's got Blaster level 2. His abilities aren't quite as good as what I would like, but we'll take it. ESPs, he's got what looks like an exploder and a shield. I don't know what either of those do, but we'll play around with them once we get in. Suppression level 1, Firewall level 2, Degrade level 3, Medic level 2, Blaster level 2. He doesn't have Killer. That's very disappointing. Killer is one of my favorite programs. Weak. Alright, well, let's jack him in and see what we can do. Your comlink screen flickers and the Baron appears. They're moving fast. The Telestrian deckers have already regained control of the elevators to this level, and several security teams have been dispatched. I suggest we find what we're looking for sooner rather than later. You must regain control over the elevators or else they will keep coming, so to say nothing of getting out. Hurry. Alrighty. Well, he's already in. The elevator's right there. That makes me nervous. Let's get Woogie moving. So turning on Woogie here. As always, he's easily turned on, just with a flick of a switch. Let's actually move him, I don't know, into safety, wherever he can be. If I can actually move him into the vents and have him hold his position, I think that'll work out. I'm going to hide myself back behind a table here. Let's get him on a ley line. We get Coyote back behind here, even though that's kind of a nade bait spot to be. We'll wait and see where they come from here. Yeah, I was a wee bit concerned about that. Alright, so Dodger's persona is in. He's got 3 AP, it looks like. So let's sprint as quickly as possible. We want to work with Dodger. We really do. We want to work it, work it. We want to get our Madagascar on here. Think lemur if we can. Or lemur. As my... Oh, we've spawned a little bit of a problem. Alright, so we've got white ice all around us with 1 AP left. Let's take a look and see what we can do with just that little bit there. Can we summon any of these guys? Good. Let's do a shield program. I don't really know what he does, but we're gonna summon him and just kind of see what he can do for us. Oh, he's one of these guys. Alright. So he's got, like, cover that he probably carries around with him everywhere. He's gonna use his 2 AP to put as much damage on that little bugger as we can. Okay, no unlucky hits there. We're not gonna split our forces. I think we're just gonna focus on one direction. Whenever you're surrounded, as I always say, if you're surrounded, focus on one direction, get yourself clear there. Take cover and then clear the other direction. With a little bit of AP left, I'd like to get back behind here. And my shield drone, I'm actually going to leave him out of cover because the enemy AI really seems to like that. Yeah, they always seem to shoot at the guy who's out of cover. I don't really blame them, I would too. Let's get Woogie the hell out of here. Woogie needs to be hiding in a vent. Like right now. So there he is, he's in the vent. We're going to turn him, well, maybe he can be shot at. I don't know. We'll find out in the next turn. I can't guarantee he won't be shot at through there. But he'll probably be alright. He's got a drone combat bonus, which means if he's shooting out of the vent, he's probably getting a bonus. They're not closing with me. There's no cover here that I'm really stoked about, I guess. We can't mark targets or anything like that, but Gallowglass does have buffs, so let's give Splattercat a little bit of a buff there. We'll also give Coyote a little bit of a buff. There it is. And then we'll end this turn. If Woogie gets blasted, it'll be disappointing. Oh good, he's hiding. Fantastic. Let's get Dodger all cleared out here as best we can. We'll use the shield program as a shield. We'll have him fire first. He doesn't seem to be very accurate. That's okay though. Bit more damage and I think we should be clear right here. Security camera 1 is now on our side. Security camera number 2 is now on our side, so we should be able to read the hallways pretty well. I think we'll get another turn, and I'm going to use that to suppress as best as I can, because that alarm is moving a little bit quicker than I would like. Let's jump into our program interface right here, and we will suppress. There it is. And so down that goes by a little bit of a tick. We'll send in the shield ESP first. He'll check out this location, see if it's safe. Looks like we've got a ice right there. Not the nastiest ice we could be up against, but then again, it'll be alright. I've got this weird problem. I don't know if you guys are going to catch that in the recording, but the background is making like a flickering noise sound. It's been doing that since they patched this week, and I don't really know why. It's a little bit of an annoyance. She's got a pretty good shot from there, so we're going to allow her to... Yeah, let's have her take a shot or two. She's got a little bit of burst fire going anyway, so if we can hold them off... Ooh, we've already got a kill. Very, very nice, Coyote. And that's why I bring her along. Oh, they're coming from that direction too. That's going to be funsies. Let's go ahead and we'll break out the assault rifle here. We'll get him taken out. And I do have a view of this location here, so that's fine. Let's shift into this cover right here so that when they come around, we'll be able to get at them. Gallowglass, we're going to leave him on the ley line for now, and then we'll go ahead and bypass our turn. Ooh, Gallowglass taking a shot to the dome there. I didn't realize that he was going to be well within line of sight. We've got a lot of guys coming, so we're going to have to try and AoE them down as quickly as possible. We'll get Dodger on his way. And with a bit of white ice right there, we're going to try and flatten him as quickly as possible. Step out and then melt some ice, and there it is. Dodger's going to keep on. We have two options here. I'm going to stick with, well, let's go this way. We'll figure it out. A data store. I'll take that. We may get sprung on, though, right here. And getting sprung at this point would probably leave us at quite the severe disadvantage. Or at least sprung on. Local file search for Project Aegis. Let's see here. Security threat assessment, Lynn Telestrian. At this point, we cannot confidently assign a motive to Miss Telestrian's hiring of Shadowrunners to destroy the company's Columbia River facility, but there are two leading contenders. The most likely is that she's working for a rival megacorps seeking a competitive advantage, but an alternate explanation is that it has something to do with her deep involvement with the Universal Brotherhood. While Telestrian Industries, of course, would never interfere with an employee's religious choices, our 2053 investigation raised concerns that Miss Telestrian's devotion to the cult-like Universal Brotherhood could represent a security risk to the company, and it's possible that this has become true. Alright, so we've taken over that. Let's get back on our way. That was a little bit of a waste of time, unfortunately. I think it's actually going to make me step out and then step back in to make that work. Let's get him healed. So there's a bit of loving magic. Hot off the stove. We're going to put him right there. Let's cycle everybody else into the best cover we can in this situation. At least forcing the enemy to come forward to us. With a little bit of AP left, I don't think it's going to be the worst idea to leave a little bit of the old Overwatch going. There we are. Ooh, and laid out with a single shot. Overwatch, you are my friend. And so there's another Overwatch. Get a bit more damage going. I don't know if Overwatch gets a penalty like it does in XCOM. XCOM Overwatch takes a fairly sizable penalty for anybody that moves into range. Dodger's persona is ready to roll again. Let's get let's get the Esper caught up. Or the ESP. I don't know why I always call them Espers. I think somebody called him an Esper in a campaign I did one time, and I just liked it for some reason. It reminded me of Final Fantasy VI, which just made me all kinds of happy, because that is my favorite Final Fantasy, I would think. Personal comlink logs there. We're going to get a double turn. We got the jump on this ice. Hopefully we can lay him out, and we'll get Dodger into cover as quickly as possible. We'll move the shield persona up first, I think. Yeah, because we got a lot of nasty little friends here that are going to be closing distance with us. If I had known, I would have laid down a firewall just to give ourselves a little bit of a competitive advantage. He's a lot further away, so let's focus on the Sparkies up in front of us. We had a miss there with a reasonably good chance of hitting, which is disappointing, but we'll live with it. And we didn't actually de-res anybody there, which is a disappointment. This is going to be a prolonged combat, unfortunately. I don't like where this is going. Maybe I'll try and summon another ESP. So down goes the heavy gunner. We really want to focus on this adept, too. If we can avoid getting slashed with a katana during the course of all... And I know I mispronounced that wrong for a reason. I know somebody will be down in the comments. It's pronounced katana, man. It's alright, calm down. I said katana because words that start with K or the K sound are considered the funniest. I read that in a book somewhere. I think it was a joke book back in the day. And I believe it said that words that start with K are the... Oh, I didn't even know he... Oh, Dodger took one to the dome there. That's unfortunate. Sucks to be Dodger. And we've got another bad little miss. With him, I think he's gonna... Let's degrade 3 him if we can. Just guarantee, because we're not gonna kill him on this turn. And so he's now vulnerable. We'll see if we can actually injure him. There it is. Very nice. One more shot incoming. It missed, which is gonna work out in our favor. Let's have Dodger think about what else did he have on hand that we could use. Nothing much. We're going to have to use suppression, though, unfortunately. So there goes his entire turn, as far as I know. We're going to move the shield ESP up and take another shot. And I don't know how many ESPs I can have up, so I'm going to try that on the next turn. See if quite possibly I can conjure another one, expand our borders a little bit. We've got an attacker ESP. I'm going to go with him because I like the attackers. So that cost me 1. There's another one down. And we're just going to take long bomb Hail Mary shots here if we can. These little platforms on the outside are a little bit of a pain. Let's line our defensive guy up with the comlink logs first and foremost so that he can get on in there and root around the second we get this other guy taken care of. 35% chance is not something that I'm willing to gamble with, but I will send him over here to soak hits for the time being. Managed to miss there, not a big deal. We've got a Lone Star Guard who's kind of hanging out behind cover there. That's a bit of a pain. Let me see if Splattercat can get a line of sight on this guy. Maybe a bead. There we go. So there's 16 damage. I think from the ley line he can probably take a shot. There it is. So let's ley line away. With a big miss there. That's unfortunate. 8 more damage with a weak hit. And if that's the case, let's put her kind of lined up catacorner to that. And maybe she'll get enough shots off to handle it. There it is. And so we'll swoop her back into cover because I really don't know what else might be coming from this direction. Dodger's ready to go. So let's get him in behind. Well, let's just close the gap and see what kind of damage we can lay on this guy. We need this white ice to go, like, right now. What abilities does this guy have? Shield. Okay, well that makes sense. He is a shield persona. Or a shield bot. We'll have the attacker just kind of see if we get lucky here. Oh, we did. Alright, and that's why I did the shield last, is so that I could hit up this comlink log if I could. A VM search result for Project Aegis. Call from Thomas Telestrian recorded 5 days ago. Dad, it's all gone. The runners attacked last night and managed to blow the whole damn Columbia River facility to bits. I've had teams sorting through the rubble all morning and they haven't found any viable Project Aegis material. The sample I sent you is all that's left. This is a mess. Lots of people dead and the building is a total loss. Call me to discuss what you wanted me to do next, Tom. Alright, so things are sort of coming together. I'm going to see if I can suppress in the next turn because that is looking all kinds of nasty right there. Let me see what I can do here. Suppression's not going to be up for a little bit. We got to work fast. I'm going to move to right here and I'm going to heal this ESP. What's going on here? It's kind of selecting the wrong thing. We got him healed up. There it is, 71 up. And then we'll jump in with the shield program. See what he can handle over here. This is a pretty sizable system. We're really going to have to be careful about getting off track here. That's going to be our #1 enemy while we wheedle our way through Telestrian Industries, is figuring out what's worth the effort and what's not worth the effort. Shield program's ready to roll. Let's get him up and into cover. Looks like we got some platforms over here. We're going to run his shield ability right now. There it is. All incoming damage has been lowered. We'll get this attacker as far out as we can as well. Hopefully these guys decide to lump up and possibly, well, not kill my unit to say the least. Let me take a look and see if anything's coming from this direction. We look alright right now. I'm going to get everybody back into cover as best as possible. And then we'll readjust as is necessary. Somebody took a little bit of damage here, so I think what I'm going to have Gallowglass do is we'll pan through for just a moment. And we'll get Dodger healed up if we can. I think you need line of sight, though. So let's get our hands on some line of sight. Throw him a line. There it is. So 5 more HP up. And they're coming from this direction now. So let's go ahead and bypass. Well, we'll overwatch it just to make sure. We'll get Coyote in position. And then we'll have her overwatch as well. Alright, so let's look. Ooh, we got 2 coming. Alright. Some pretty heavily equipped guys there. This could be a problem. Our shield program is not in cover. But then again, not much to worry about there. The point of him is just to soak damage. So let's get Dodger into cover. I feel like I might get hit with an AoE here, unfortunately. But there's not a whole lot that could be helped right now. We'll get the attack drone in here too, or the attack Esper. Do as much. Oh, we've got black ice. Alright, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that too. The black ice managed to miss, so we're not going to take any direct damage there. Let's think about maybe putting a blaster on that spot, although we need to suppress pretty soon too. 90% chance with the blaster there. Hopefully it doesn't miss. 75 damage. It only cost us one attack point, or action point. Let's handle the black ice first. I'm going to reroute everything I have just to get rid of that black ice, if at all we can help it. We were able to knock him out of commission, so he's nice and melted. Turned him into a bit of a slushy there. Alright, and so Dodger finally took some damage, but his heals should be back up now. So let's get him nice and patched up. And if I can kill this thing with the next 2 attacks, there's 1, there's 2. Alright, so let's get, I think the attack program can get down here. Yeah, let's get the attack program down there to take a look at the personal correspondence. Email and IM search results for Project Aegis. Title, sample security from E. Silverstar. Mr. Telestrian, in light of the recent attacks, I've relocated the only remaining sample of Project Aegis to the safe in my office. The safe is hidden, and the safe's lock is mechanical and thus not at risk from Matrix Decker attacks. Sincerely, Eric Silverstar, Director of Security, Telestrian Industries, Seattle office. Well, nothing that useful there. Well done, mon ami. As it happens, Eric Silverstar's office is on this very floor. About time a little good fortune came our way, huh? Well, we make our own luck. As you say, now to stop those elevators, I'm sure there's an accessible node in this system we can access. Find it before you're overrun with guards. Goody, goody, goody. I was hoping... You know, the Baron has not been a whole lot of help here. I was hoping he would have maybe something in the goodie basket that we could maybe keep ourselves alive with. Let's shoot our shot. Well, we'll use mark target first. So there's 1 AP down. He's been marked, which means we all should be able to hit him fairly consistently. With a 92% chance we managed to miss right there. That's very, very disappointing. I'm gonna put... Yikes, I don't really know what I want to do right now. With him, there's not an extra spot. We might consider stepping on that ley line right there. Just putting a couple downfield, maybe. I guess I could have buffed his aim. Might have been a reasonable choice. There's 24 damage, though, which I will absolutely take. And I think Coyote should be able to handle him with the rest. And there it is, 30 damage. We're going to have to reload her pretty shortly, so let's just do that now. And we'll leave her with the old Overwatch running. A good little fistful of invaders coming along. I don't like where we're at right now. Hopefully Dodger can pull this one through. We're going to have Dodger run as far as he can towards the next access node. There it is. And then we're going to send the ESPs in as quickly as possible. I don't know if I can summon a third one, but that's something to think about as well. Except that I need to get him healed up. I need a heal, and I also need a suppression very shortly. Looking at our alarm situation down here, this is likely to get somewhat nasty if we don't get this taken care of very quickly. So there's that. We'll send both the ESPs in right now. I only see one ice so far. We're going to send them in, and they're both going to spread out like so that the ice that's in here doesn't have any line of sight on him. Elevator control node. Good. We're almost at the end of our little horrible journey here. Not sure what he's up to, but let's get Dodger on the scene. And with one little bit of his turn left, we're going to have him throw a medic on him. Because we're at point blank right now, I'm just going to attack as quickly as possible. Anything we can get done on this turn is something we don't have to get done in the next turn. With that miss, we may not be able to melt that ice quick enough, though. Ooh, there's a little bit of damage right there, right after I chose to use a medic. That's going to hurt us in the long run, because we just used medic, so... Yikes, there's a lot of them. We may have to jack him out of the area. With what we've got going on down here, I think I'm going to use Gallo Glass's inherent ability to just melt people. Hopefully he won't miss here. 75% chance is reasonably decent. There we are. And so we've actually done a ton of damage to these guys down here. So we'll have him... Well, we'll save his AP for a bit. Let's see if Splattercat... we'll try Coyote first. We'll see what kind of luck Coyote has with her first little burst. Actually, that's what we'll do with Coyote. We're going to buff her aim. There it is. That extra 15% I think is really going to help us right here. Oh, I shot with the wrong character. It panned out to Alright, panned out to Splattercat. I don't want that. There we go. Very nice. Alright, so we've held a front right there. And she managed to land a 60% shot on that orc. Which means that the situation is not so dire as it might have been. I'm sorry, on the troll. He is going to get a shot off. Oof. And I think we actually just lost Gallo Glass. Let's clear out as much of this ice as we can. Oh, a nasty, nasty miss that we really didn't need. Right, 2 misses, really. We might be hosed. I don't like this situation at all. Okay, so we melted a couple of them, but if he takes too many hits right here, we're going to be completely up shit creek. I think we're alright, though. We're gonna recover. His medic's got one more turn to cool down. So we're just gonna... God, he is missing like crazy up here. Let's flatten that ice first. God. Come on now, you guys can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, my wondrous little programs, the gifts of my own memory and my own skill. The conjuries of my imagination. Alright, so there it is. Let's get him up and in here as far as possible to get our hands on that elevator control if and when we can. And our dear friend Gallowglass going down is going to be a big, big problem for us. I wasn't expecting him to get one-shotted in one turn. He's got 3 turns till he's dead. Let's go ahead and get him back up now. So there he is. I don't really know how the dock wagon's gonna work for us, but we gotta lay down fire like right now. So there's that. He's dead. He has to go right this instant. And I'm not positive what I want to do with Coyote right now. Well, one-shotting the guy with 1 hit would be nice. I mean, I will absolutely I'll take it. I will take it. So Dodger's in right now. Let's get the elevator reworked. And once we have the elevator reworked, I'll feel comfortable breaking this one off. And there it is. So I think we should be okay. We've regained control of the elevators, and we've gained 6 karma. And I think that's all we needed to do. Let me check my diary here. I believe that's all that we need to take care of. So I think I can jack him out safely. Let's end our turn here. And then we're going to go ahead and jack out. That should be all of them. I don't see any other movement around the elevators. We should be clear. Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. So my name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here in the Nerd Castle for another thrilling episode. The fights just keep getting better in this game. I was disappointed with the first couple, but as it stands right now, I can't recommend this game highly enough. So I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care out there, everybody, and it's going to be a blast. Let's take down Telestrian. See you there.